Welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. It's Friday. We have a list from yesterday and today, and if I speak a bit loud, it's because I have water in my ears, so I apologize for that. Let's do this thing. The one thing that I do with a multi-list, we do this on Mondays a lot, is that I click this this column right here, and then it orders them from low to high or high to low, but it basically puts them in the right price order, so we can talk about them. 837 Mackay Crescent is $469. Expect it to sell for a lot more than this. We've seen this model sell for over $500 numerous times. But I get the strategy. I mean, obviously it doesn't look, overly impressive. So making the price really compelling will get people to the front door. The shots are all really close up, so it doesn't show much about the size. There's only 6 photos, so it doesn't really give you a good sense of what's upstairs. No finished basement. You've got one full bathroom up on the second floor. So if you do finish the basement, it's usually a good idea to try and build a second full bathroom in. But the street's good. You're in a nice school district, about halfway between Hawthorne Village School and Guardian Angels Public School. So public or Guardian Angels Catholic or Hawthorne Village Public is what I should say. This one, like I said, it may not be super fancy, but anything with a backyard under 500 is getting really, really hard to find. So 581 Woodward, 579, same thing in Dorset Park. It's getting hard to find anything under 600. Now, what I think is holding them back a little bit is the electric baseboard heat that's in this house, especially with the cost of hydro these days. That can be a barrier to entry for some people if they recognize it. Now, you could run a gas fireplace, so there is gas that's coming into this home. To do the forced air system, to put vents in and to do all the duct work and everything, to retrofit a home that doesn't have that can sometimes be expensive. Now, it's interesting that they did lighter cabinets, and then they did, I don't know if that's sunlight here. It looks like there's almost kind of a two-tone thing going on in this kitchen, where half the cabinets are one color and the other half are another. I don't really know what's happening. That could just be a trick with sunlight or something like that. So you can see the baseboards right in the rooms, along with some pretty old school wallpaper. So anyway, detached homes don't come along under 6 a lot, especially 4 bedrooms, so they have that going for them, but it's a bit of an X factor with that, with the electric baseboard heat. Now, you might remember this one on Elmwood, listed last week, and it had really, really bad photos. So they've relisted, they've done better photos, but you never really have a second chance to make your first impression. You can make a decent second impression, but it never hits as strong as when it came out before. So strategically speaking, that does affect you. It's not the end of the world, but it does matter. So these photos are obviously a lot better. They're not amazing, but they're better than they were before. That wood oftentimes looks pretty decent when it's painted. And you've got a good sized lot. So to me, for the condition of the home, I would say 650 is maybe a little bit of a stretch. I could see it selling closer to the 600 mark than the 650 mark. So 739 Robertson, it's really known as one of the best streets in Timberley. $699 is the price. I mean, it's hard to get anything under 800 on this street. There hasn't been a listing on Robertson, I think, probably in about a year or so. They just don't turn over that much. So you come in the house and you've got this area right beside here, which is a bit of I guess it could be a living room, it could be a dining room, family room, that kind of thing. And then you go upstairs and you've got a kitchen, and then you have this area here that's a little bit small for a family room. And then you've got 3 bedrooms, and it's just a little tricky to figure out how to kind of put stuff, because a lot of people these days want the kitchen and the family room, and they want big and they want it open. And this one doesn't have, it's not small, but it's not big either. It's one of the smallest homes on the street. And you've got a pool in the back, about a 55 by 120 foot lot. You've got little patches of grass here and there and everywhere. And I always think about if you could put a pool on half your lot and have half of it be grass. It's a lot more efficient and I think desirable, so people could still have kids running around on the grass and this and that. So this would be another one that's a little tricky to price because of the size and because of if it's larger, it sells for $800, $850. We've seen numerous examples, even one getting close to $900 on Randall Crescent too. So I'm guessing this one's going to sell for more. I just think there's such a strong demand for a double car garage in this area, and especially on a street as nice as Robertson. Next up is a home that we are selling on Costigan, $729,900, and this pattern concrete looks really nice. There's a little pathway that goes along to the back. There's a deck in the back, and there's a big, it's 51 feet across the back. And the garage door looks nice. It just has a great first impression. The front patio is somewhere where you can read, hang out. There's 4 bedrooms in the house. You've got nice open concept layout here. And fireplace in the family room. That's your powder room on the main level. So 3 bedrooms are all really big. And then the 4th bedroom's a little bit smaller, but it's still really good for an office. A nursery. There'd be enough space for a crib in there. I don't know if I'd want to have like a teenager in that room, but it's still the 4th room and it still has a really good place. So you can see how wide the lot is, and it's 100 feet deep. Most of the Mattamy ones are 80 to 88 feet, so you're getting a lot more space in the yard, and it doesn't really face anything. So this home is on an angle and it's far away. There's a big pool in the back here too. You don't really face anybody directly, and that's, I think, something that's underappreciated these days is to look out your back and not see what someone's watching on television, to have open space. It's not the same thing as green space, but it's still quite good for privacy. There you go. So that just shows how the lot looks and how much more space you get in the backyard. So good price at $729,000. Call us if you want to see it. So Tonelli Lane, 2,300 square feet, $779,000 with the finishes in here. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this one crossed $800,000. There was one earlier this year that didn't look as good as this that crossed $800,000. Out of town agent came in and kind of blew the doors off on it. But you've got this nice little nook up here plus the 3 bedrooms. I like the 3 bedrooms in this floor plan because the 4 feels a little bit small to me because you have that family room that takes up all the open to above space. And I've said it before, if the laundry room looks like this, there's a good chance the rest of the house looks pretty darn good. Finished basement, absolutely for sure this one's going for more than $8. So next one up is 171 Jesse. The neighbor is actually for sale. I saw the neighbor, wasn't that impressed with it. 100 by 163 foot lot. And I think about this, it was funny, I had clients who saw the one next door, and it's like, this is the home that you imagine if you go to a small community in Ontario. You go to somewhere like Collingwood, or you go to I can't think of any other area, maybe somewhere like outside of London, Ontario, and this is the kind of home that you would see. You'd see, about a half acre of land. You'd see a home that has a bit of charm to it. Not always the fanciest, most upgraded, but still a lot of good stuff in here. You've got tall trees in the back, and you are on a community well water source, so you don't have a well on your property. You're basically tied into the municipal, and you have a septic tank, and then there's a pool. So all of that, I'll tell you, this one looks a lot better than the neighbor's house. For $875, it's a little bit more than the neighbor, but yeah, I don't know. I like this one. I think the long-term values here, you're on the highway probably in less than 5 minutes. Okay, so big list of 20. Let's try and finish up. Airy Court is 2,888 square feet of living space. Now, there's no finished basement. That means all above ground space. For a Heathwood home, which always commands a premium, nice 8-foot door. There's a lot of standard finishes in this home that are better than most of the upgraded builder finishes and other floor plans. You've got a good solid layout here, and these homes always sell for more. I wouldn't be surprised if this one launched up into the 900s. And Airy Court's nice too. You have a little park at the end of the street. That's a nice little photo there. Gives you a nice warm, friendly feeling. And then we've got one on Huma in Beatty, classic kind of Beatty home, 56-foot lot. Although by measurement it's almost 70 feet here. It's called a Montgomery. It's just under 3,000 square feet. At $929, it's not looking too bad at all. So, finishes, really, this is one of those ones where the age of this home, the pictures look good, but you got to go check it out. You can see the wear and tear because they are more than 10 years old. This one's probably about 12, 13, 14 years old. And but we've seen homes around this size sell for this price or more. So there we go. That's the list for the day. If you want to see anything, if you're in town this weekend, you need some help, reach out to us. You can come on a tour of homes. We can get some emails started for you. If you're a seller, we can send you the top dollar book. We can do a room by room and tell you the things you should or shouldn't do to get your home ready. And we have a buyer class coming up on Saturday, October 15th at 1 o'clock p.m. So all those things are, depending on which device you're looking at, it would either be on the top of the screen under offers, or it would be over on that side in a column. Have a great weekend. We'll see you later.